What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Crypto Plebs channel. It's your boy Jumpman Crypto. I hope everybody's enjoying their Thursday afternoon. And guys, if you guys don't know, now you know. Trump has signed the executive order to allow crypto and other private assets to be able to be invested in your 401ks. So stuff like Bitcoin, Ethereum, not Fartcoin, but other bigger assets like AVAX and all these other ETF cryptos that are waiting to get approvals are going to be able to be put in your Roth IRAs and your 401ks. So that is great news. Grandma and grandpas and all the OGs in the market are going to be able to pump our bags, and we're going to go right off into the sunset and become rich forever. I wish it was that easy, guys. But guys, I know it's been a while. If you guys are in the Discords, you know that I stay active all the time in there. I at least go live once a week to keep the family updated with what's going on. I've been trying to just focus on self-building and just, growing with KGU and just getting everything kind of lined up. There hasn't been really too much going on in the normie markets. But, look, we have some exciting news. I want to talk to you guys about a partnership that I got going on with PHEMEX, and just keep some other coins on you guys' radars and just kind of keep everybody in the loop, man. I have to at least touch base with you guys at least once a week. And, look, if you always want to keep tabs with me, make sure you're subbed and make sure you hit that like and comment. That way I know you guys are staying engaged in these crypto streets. So put your oven mittens on because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Shout out to my boy Keenan Grace. All right, or the links will be down in the description below, and you can check out all the great perks that PHEMEX has. They have meme coins, they have leverage, they have a lot of different coins that you can't get on Coinbase. This is the exchange that I use, and look, they have a lot of great features on here, guys. I'm not going to sit here and read everything out to you guys. You got to read it yourself and find out if this is what you want to do. Like I said, the links are below. Links to talk to me or below, and you guys can get your leverage trading signed up here with PHEMEX, and you guys can definitely start your leverage trading journey. But just always remember, leverage comes with risks. Please do not use a crazy amount of leverage if you guys don't know what you're doing. I suggest that you join any type of trading group, even if it's not with us, and make sure that the groups that you're joining are teaching you guys the importance of risk management. And just remember that I'm not a financial advisor, and probably 95% of people on crypto YouTube are not financial advisors as well. So always make sure that you're doing your own research and making sure that you are learning how to take care of your own portfolio, because nobody will be able to take care of it better than you. All right, so let's get going, guys. I do want to talk about a few cryptocurrencies today. I want to talk about good old ONDO, one of my biggest bags, one of my biggest holdings. I get a lot of people that have been asking me, Jump, what's going on with ONDO? Yada, yada, yada. Nothing's going on with ONDO. They just got, I think, put on Robinhood, got a nice little pump up, a little overheated here on the RSI. We took a little bit of a cool down, not too much, few percent. Hopefully we can get some consolidation marks, get some consolidation going through the week, and see if we can get this next push forward up. Okay, so look, earlier around maybe a couple hours ago, we did have a liquidity sweep down here. So if you guys were putting in some buy orders down here around 96 cents, you guys were able to snag up around there. Excuse me. Drinking a protein shake. Give me the burps. Anyways, we're putting some buy orders down here. You're able to snag up. Guys, look, man, this is one coin that I've talked about a long time ago. Every time that we hit, these lower areas, 70 cents, 69 cents, even the lower 80 cents, I was buying. And now we have people that are late to the market. They're asking for levels and asking when to get in. Guys, look, every time with crypto, Bitcoin, whatever, you get the price that you deserve. You're late to the party. All the cake and ice cream's gone. You got to kind of go for the cheap wafer cookies that nobody wants to eat, and you have to kind of accept it, or wait on the sidelines until you get that next opportunity to buy in. That's just the way it is. I didn't make the rules. We just got to play by them. Okay, guys? So if you are on the sidelines and you're trying to get into ONDO, look, set some buy orders down here. You guys know how I love to do it. We look for these, price dips right here, and we look for those bounce back ups. Okay, so set some buy orders here at 93 cents. And then if you want to take it even more safer, you can keep playing the 89 cents and see if we can go back over there. But look, at the end of the day, this thing went to $2. It's getting global adoption. It's one of the retail favorites and even institutional favorites. I think that this could maybe go to $3, maybe even 4 if the conditions are met, but we just got to wait and see. So ONDO, like I said, is it at a discount where it was a few months ago? No, but it's still a great coin. It's obviously going up. So please write this down, get a pen and paper. You guys know how I do it. I always tell you guys to get a journal or a notepad. When I come on here giving you guys some free game, please take it and write it down. Okay, this is going to be a swing trade. Aptos is like, pretty much the same thing as Sui, same founders, and just a little bit different of a path. The all-time high was back in 2023, 2024. It went to $20. And look, do I think that we're going to go back to $20? I don't think so, guys. This is kind of an obvious downtrend that we've had for Aptos for the longest time. We've had lower highs. So I think it's fair, to say that, look, if we can get back up to at least, $10 around this area, that might be a place that, where we could probably make some good money. So look, I'm looking for it to go back to at least we can get back to $12. That would be straight. That'd be a nice 3x, 300% return. At the end of the day, I don't think you'd be complaining for that. But there's some people out there that, hey, maybe they might. I gave a signal out last night. I was seeing some bullish divergence here on the price. And lo and behold, we did get a little bit of a price move up last night. So I was able to make a pretty good leverage trade on Aptos. So look, it's still very much undervalued compared to Sui. So if you guys like Sui and you guys have some great gains with Sui, you guys could probably roll some of those over in Aptos and see if we can maybe compound that out. And hopefully, we can take this to a new level. And maybe it could go back to $20. I'm not sure. But, as of right now, this is like the redheaded stepchild of the two. And, these type of coins, they're actually ones that I kind of like because, like prime example, Solana and AVAX. AVAX has not been performing anywhere near to the level that Solana has. But, I believe that Solana has already had a lot of the juice already. And I think it would be a fair bet to say that, hey, it'd be more wise to take a position in AVAX than it would be in Solana. Just my opinion. Don't quote me on that, but I just think that AVAX may have a lot more room to run than Solana. So that's my thesis on Aptos. If you guys are looking for, I guess, a good pullback, we were just at, 390 a few weeks ago back in June. Like I said, we could probably set some buy orders here down at $4, $4.10, $4.12, $4.15, try to get in there. But look, it's just 15 cents up, guys. If you're just buying and holding as an asset and you're not leverage trading, you don't have to be that, precise on some of these things. So I think that this is still a great opportunity to get, maybe a nice 2 or 3x on this coin. So let's see how that plans out. Okay. Next one is going to be Avalanche. You guys know about Avalanche with me. I'm a big Avalanche bull. I hold a lot. I got kind of beat up right here at this level. I was getting a little bit too bullish. I was buying up here, but I was buying down here. So, to kind of say, hey, look, you know what? I was buying down here. Could I have been buying down here in these 20s? Yeah, but I didn't know that, we were going to take a nice little 20% dip from the tops. But that's crypto. Expect the unexpected. I was definitely buying these dips down here. I've been telling you guys over and over and over, load up when you can. This is another coin that I believe that will hopefully not have the same fate as Aptos, but it could, obvious downtrend, same thing. But look, the thing that Aptos has going for it, guys, is that it actually has really great partnerships. I've told you guys this over and over and over again. I'm not going to give the whole tea down on this again, but I think that this can at least get back to at least $60 this time around. So look, my money's there. I'm looking for a 3x. If we get down to, $40 and we start showing weakness, that may be a sign to get out of the asset. But we just got to wait and see. AVAX, still my coin. If you guys are waiting for a retracement down and you guys are looking to get a cheaper price, let's adjust our order and breaker blocks real quick. You can set some orders down here at 21.95, and hopefully we can get some orders snagged down here real quick. In just a second, guys. My pooch is going crazy over here. She wants some attention, so we're gonna have a little guest today. Guys, welcome Miss Muffin. She's a Shih Tzu Yorkie. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Whatever, Muffin. All right. Next token is going to be Cardano. Guys, I'm thinking about picking up another position here in Cardano. I've been swing trading this. I got out of it because, I just haven't seen a lot of bullish stuff, going on with it. It's still a top 10 crypto. Charles Hoskins, a G in the game, great dude. But, I was seeing that they haven't been really involved in a lot with the tokens that the government was posting up. I don't know if this may be something that maybe come down the line, but I was a little shocked that they weren't added to, the other coins that the government was researching. But you never know. There's been a lot of things that saying that, Cardano is not as decentralized as all the other coins. But, look, I'm just looking at this through an investing standpoint. I'm just trying to make some money off this thing. So one thing that I do know that I'm pretty positive this thing can at least get back to $1. So, if you're looking for a basic swing trade, to get back to at least $1, we can take a position here at 73.28 and see if we can take it back up to around 93 cents. That would be a nice 30% pull up. Could we go more? Definitely. I think that this thing could definitely top out between, $2. I've said that in the past. Definitely we could even come back up to that $1.20 where we were back in March. It just really depends on, how Cardano is going to, be bull posting and get into adoption that we need. I know they were integrating Bitcoin into their ecosystem, so we just got to wait and see. But I think right now Cardano is just something that maybe I would like to swing trade for right now. So if you guys are looking for a good swing trade, keep Cardano on your list. Next thing up is going to be Solana Big Banana. Another good swing trade. Not something that, I think will go back to all-time highs because it's already had a lot of stuff going on for it. But these ETFs and these other things like that will hopefully maybe push it back up to a new high, maybe 220, 240. Solana's going to have a lot of resistance, guys. We had this all-time high back in January, almost $300. So we're going to have so much resistance here at this top. You guys, if you want to know how to find resistance, you can use your fib retracement tool, go from your swing high to your swing low, your 618, 716. And, this 0.5 will obviously tell you, where we're going to have some trouble at right here at 194. Right here at 220, and then right here again at 253. So we definitely will have, little journeys to go back up to the all-time high, which I don't think we'll get there, but we just got to wait and see. So, right now, if you're trying to get into a good swing trade with Sol, maybe 166.58, see if we can take it back up to 186 for a leverage trade, or if, like I said, for the swing trade, take it there, ride it back up to 200, and that should be a nice 20%er right there for you. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, 23%. So not bad. It's not the greatest, but it's 23% is not too shabby. Okay, now let's cover XRP. Guys, I gave this inverted head and shoulders in the KGU in the beginning of the week, and it did not play out exactly where we thought to 315. We did come out to 308, which was where I called it at, was about right here. This was about 5%. So if you're using leverage 10x, that was 50%. That's one of the greatest things about using leverage. You get to amplify your gains. And so it's not done playing out yet, guys. The price action for XRP has been a little stale, but I think things are cooking in the background that a lot of people don't know. So while retail normies are getting impatient, getting out of their bags, the big money is loading up on these dips. So we had a nice dip down here around 296. That's where I gave the buy level out. I think it was 297 if I'm not mistaken. But you want to see if we can retake it back down, maybe to 298.30, and see if we can get this push back up and clear back up into this upper area of 320 to see if we can get a nice leverage trade position on XRP. If you guys are just trying to buy it and hold it, then definitely you guys can, hold it, and just remember that we're going to have some trouble back here at this 350 and then back at the 365. So just make sure you keep that on your radar, okay? Then we got to talk about Aerodrome Finance, another bullish token base ecosystem play that we have been in for a while. The price has been a little stale. I know a lot of people are kind of asking what happened over the week. There was an outage on the system that went down for 29 minutes, kind of like Solana. And that obviously caused some negative momentum price to the downside. So it looks like it's trying to get this push back up. I want us to get past this 80 cents, and we can hopefully build this as support and then move up to the next level. So look, we got to get up here, guys. We got to clear this dollar hopefully sometime soon, and we can start, getting up to this upper $2 area, okay? Okay, so that was Aerodrome Finance. And now let's cover just a couple more coins, and then I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I have some stuff that I got to get going later on. So I want to cover Camino Finance. This is a coin that I've been super bullish on. Guys, look, it's not been performing well because a lot of other coins, like in the Sol ecosystem, are really dependent on Solana at the moment. Solana's not doing too hot, so it's obvious that it's going to be kind of rubbing off on these other cryptocurrencies. So Camino is still a banger. If we can get back up to this 7-cent zone, that's 50%. Look, if you guys want to hop off and not take that ride anymore, totally up to you. But there has a lot of room to the upside, guys. We have a little bit of resistance here at, the 5.3. We even have some at that 5.4. But look, one thing that I love about PHEMEX is that they got Camino available to leverage trade. So you guys can get in and you can put this on a low leverage and you can ride this back up to 7 cents. That would be a nice, let's do the math. You catch a good area to get back in. If you were able to catch this at a decent area at 49.19, 10x leverage, that would be almost 500% return. So not a bad deal in my opinion. But for me, I hold this on spot. If I'm going to trade it on leverage, I'll probably do maybe 2 to 3x leverage. But look, definitely another good crypto pick that's in my portfolio. And look, let's just see what happens. We're still very much in the mid sections of the bull run, and I still think this thing has a lot of room to go. I mean, the all-time high was like at 25 cents. So this thing has a lot of room to blast up. So, if you guys are looking for a high risk, high reward coin, this is definitely going to be the one. Look, oversold. It's very much very new to the crypto space. So let's just see what happens, guys. Look, not all the picks that we have out are going to do well, but I think this is a high risk, high reward, and let's just see how this works out. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it out. Long video. You guys are more than welcome to skim through it, but please leave a like, comment. That way I know you watched it. These videos kind of take a lot of time, and I know there's just, pretty much the same stuff that we talk about, and that's the reason why I don't like to make too many videos, just kind of going over saying the same stuff. But I do want to, engage with you guys and let you guys know that, look, I do care. I'm seeing exactly what's happening out here in the crypto markets. And for me, what I'm seeing is a lot of great stuff. We've been trying to load up on some of these crypto stocks as well. So we have a few of them that are in the Discord. So you guys make sure you are tapping in. If you are on the free side, there's descriptions in the middle. You guys are more than welcome to join the KGU or whatever Discord that you want. And we'll see you there. Y'all take it easy. The weeping in my comment sections. Jumpman, what about Caspa? You have it in your thumbnail. Why didn't you make a price point on it. Well, guys, I came right back real quick to cover Caspa before I get annihilated in the comment sections and get crucified on the dislike button, because I know the Caspa maxis do not like that at all. And guys, full disclaimer, I do not hold Caspa at the moment. I was very early into this investment, but I am interested in taking a position on it, guys. Caspa is an OG coin that was a best performer in the 2022 bear market. Now, they do have smart contracts that are in the works. I'm not telling you to buy it right now, but I think it would be wise to start looking at taking a position very soon. We are very much down from its all-time high around 21 cents. So there is about almost close to a 3x potential to go back up there. Do I think that we're going to go back up there? I don't think so, but I think that we could definitely get to that 16 to 17 cents mark very easily. We have a lot of, we have a lot of good stuff that's popping up in the charts. On Market Cipher B, we do have that green dot with, this bullish momentum, and we do have some divergences on here. So we need to keep this on the radar. Look, I know a lot of people have mixed emotions about Caspa. I've said some pretty funny things about it in the past. I don't hate the cryptocurrency. I've made a lot of money off it. This was one of the coins that I got almost a 20x off of. So much love and respect. We're here to make money, not to be married to our bags. I'm starting to see some, things pop up in the chart. Right now, we do have a red dot. So I would probably want to see if we can scoop up around back here. Let's see if we can get a higher low. Let's see if we can scoop up around here, around 84.31. I have that on my target list right now, which would be about 4% from current price. So let's see what happens. We have a lot of resistance up here in the top, but they do have smart contracts coming up in the end of August. I do want to take a position in this. I don't know if I'm going to have it on spot, but for right now, I do want to look at this for potential leverage trade. So you leverage traders, get at me. I'm out like a scout. That's it. Y'all have a good night.